Coming up today on TechLink Daily, Instagram is deleting photos, Amazon gives Apple the middle finger, and an open-sourced airplane. All of those stories and more coming up right now. Hey guys, welcome back to TechLink Daily. My name is Creighton Meller, and this is the #1 place for your hottest tech news on a daily basis. Before we get started, yes, I got a little bit more sun than I should have today. I mean, my face is kind of red, isn't it? Well, that should subside, and the reason behind that is that I went out and I was taking pictures of airplanes all day. I was what they call plane spotting, and I was testing out a brand new, well, not a brand new, but to me a brand new extender for my lenses. This is actually it right here, this little small part. It's a 2x extender, so basically it magnifies by 2 my lens. So instead of being a 70 to 200, this is actually a 140 to 400, allowing me to get some nice up-close pictures. And I thought, where else should I go than do some plane spotting, take some really cool pictures of planes. I've taken so far about 800 photos. So it's gonna take me a little while to edit through the good ones and find the ones that I really like, and I will post those up to my social feeds once those get edited. Besides that though, let me ask you to like, share, and subscribe on this video. Also subscribe to our new gaming channel, youtube.com/LogicLoungeGaming. More content is going to be posted to that YouTube channel in the coming weeks, so we hope to expand that channel even greater than it is right now. So I think without further ado, that's all I've got for you guys, so let's get into today's top stories. Our first story today comes from The Verge, which reads, Instagram deleting and blocking photos uploaded from third-party Windows Phone app. So basically, Instagram does not have a Windows Phone application, but some developers have gotten creative with the API for Instagram and created their own service to upload photos to Instagram. Unfortunately, Instagram hasn't taken a liking to this, so what they've done is they started deleting and blocking photos being uploaded to its service from these non-official Instagram applications. Now, this has been confirmed, and a spokesperson said the update does not specifically target any particular app or platform. The API appears to have been updated again as instance users are reporting the pictures now successfully uploaded. So basically the API didn't see it as an official application, so was taking it down. It wasn't really Instagram doing it rather than an API security function that has been upgraded thus far. So if you're having issues with that on your Windows Phone, if you're that one person out there who has a Windows Phone and you're updating to Instagram, that should be fixed for you. Our next story is from the Next Web, which reads, Amazon dances around Apple restrictions with free sample search inside Kindle for iOS application. So what this means is that Apple says that if you have any purchases within your application, you have to give Apple a 30% cut. Now, for some users, this is, well, not users, developers, excuse me, it's okay. But for others, they don't really want to do that, especially if they have a high volume of money coming in. They don't want to give up 30%. So what they've done is they've thought of some creative ways to get around that. Apple has been very stingent on that, and they've been taking down applications even after they've been approved, which violates this term. So what has Amazon done? They've done this free samples sort of infrastructure inside of their application. Basically, you get a free sample of their book, and at the end of the book, after maybe 1 or 2 pages, a chapter or so, it'll say, email yourself the buy link. And so you basically go to the link, and it links out, and it gets around Apple's stipulation behind this stipulation. So if you like Amazon, and you like buying stuff from Amazon, great. Your prices won't be jacked up any higher because Apple doesn't want a 30% cut or can't get to a 30% cut. Although Apple may, change around their rules a little bit and end up blocking the application. At this point, though, it does not conflict with any of the rules within the Apple ecosystem. Samsung has been boosting up their benchmark numbers. How, you might ask? Well, this article from Engadget explains. Samsung caught boosting benchmark performance numbers on Exynos devices. EXYNOS. You can correct me if I spelt that and said that horribly. But basically, a developer has found a specific application within the Samsung devices called Benchmark Booster, which is supposed to overclock the processor and the RAM to create higher benchmark numbers when certain applications are run, usually the benchmarking applications. So, you know, that's kind of a dick move, Samsung, a very big dick move. Have you gotten your Chromecast yet? If you haven't, it's only $35 and you can get it from Amazon. Go to lgic.co/Chromecast. That is a link to direct you to getting the Chromecast so you can get it for yourself when it becomes available on Amazon. But without further ado, here is this article from Digital Trends. Here they come. Vimeo, Redbox, Instant, and Plex lead charge to offer Chromecast support. When Chromecast was announced, I mean, you really didn't get a lot of applications included. I mean, all of the Google applications were natively available, meaning that you could watch YouTube videos, you could browse a Chrome tab, you can stream from a Nexus device, but beyond that, you really didn't have any other options. Well, it seems like these companies, Vimeo, Redbox, Instant, and Plex, are going to offer applications here in the coming future. Now, what I would like to see, I would love to see Netflix, but I know that you can just stream a tab from Google to show off Netflix, but I'd like some native Netflix support within the Chromecast device. And for $35, it's something that's gonna sit on your TV, and it's just gonna be there, and when you need it great. When you don't need it, you don't need it. I find it a very cool device, especially when you have people over, especially when you want to watch things on the big screen, because you maybe don't have two 30-inch monitors. You maybe have only like a 19-inch or a 22-inch monitor, and you want to watch it on your big 65-inch television. Well, you can now with Chromecast. So if you haven't got it, you should probably get it, and I'm glad to see that people are taking a liking to these new devices, and I'd like to see them expand upon that in the future. With everything going open source these days, what else is going to become open source? How about an airplane? From Wired.com, first open source airplane could cost just $15,000. So what this means is that we're getting more into this open universe now. We're collaborating with each other. We're allowing our works to be used in unique ways and being changed and modified from a base configuration. One of the probably biggest examples right now is this open source plane. There is a picture of it. I mean, it's a small, it looks like two-seater airplane, and great. It's open source, meaning that somebody can buy the directions and buy the materials and build it themselves. They don't need a license. They don't have to spend tons and tons of money. A $15,000 plane, I mean, that's the price of a what? Of a pretty good car, and you could be a pilot. I mean, it doesn't take much to get your private pilot's license, really. I have been looking into getting my private pilot license. That is a different story altogether. But a nice open source airplane would be kind of cool if it actually gets off the ground. Literally and figuratively, of course. Oh, won't the hackers ever learn? This article from Krebs on security says, mail from the Velvet cybercrime underground. So basically, this article outlines how this underground hacking community has been gifting a lot of stuff to the Krebs on security site, like paying this guy's telephone and utility bills with stolen credit card numbers, donating money from hacked PayPal accounts, you name it. It's been done to this guy to try to get him in trouble. But he has a great relationship with the local police and the FBI that they're able to look around these people and actually see that it isn't him doing it, it's these people trying to get him in trouble. One of the latest stunts has been trying to send heroin to his house and have the police raid his home. And this actually did happen. He actually happened to also be a member of the site of this forum board that these guys were posting on. And basically what happened is they managed to get bitcoins, 2 bitcoins totaling about $200 or so. And they bought about 12 plastic baggies of heroin and had it delivered to this guy's house. And what they were going to do is they were going to fake a call from his next door neighbor using spoofing phone numbers, stuff like that, to try to say, you know, this guy has tons of drugs and it's hidden deeply in his house, causing, you know, the police to come out and, you know, rip apart his house. But he was proactive and he actually found all this information and was able to relay it to the police, so they really didn't, you know, have to do anything much other than him turning over the drugs when it came. And this stunt actually happened a little bit in the past with somebody calling a fake hostage report into his house, which that actually escalated into a little bit more than what actually happened here. I think we even reported on that too. And basically what happened was somebody called in a fake hostage situation to his house, and what ended up happening is the whole SWAT team ended up arriving because he happened to be vacuuming with headphones on, so his phone was ringing and he didn't hear it, and it ended up being the SWAT almost, you know, breaking down his door as my Nexus 7 goes ding. So he foiled their plans, and it didn't happen like they were trying to. It's quite funny, though, that these hackers are so, you know, keen onto disrupting Krebs that, you know, he actually has a relationship with everybody around him, including the local law enforcement plus the federal law enforcement, that it's really not doing anything anymore. It's quite funny, and it's a really good read if you guys want to look at it, so look in the description down below for that. Are you a Time Warner customer? Well, this article from Consumerist isn't very good for you. Time Warner Cable jacking up modem fees. That is the silliest thing with any ISP, is actually renting your modem, because you're going to end up paying more in the long run the longer you keep it than you would be if you just bought the modem. I mean, they're like 50 or 60 bucks, and when you're paying $5 or $6 a month, I mean, that's going to add up in less than a year. You're going to be paying for the device itself. It's quite interesting, and it's horrible, really, because they try to, you know, extort money out of you in every way possible. Modem renting fees being the first of them. So it seems like your Time Warner Cable customer will now be having a jacked up price of $5.99 coming in this next billing month that will be added if you do rent a modem. And really, cheap modems, you can get them off eBay, off of Amazon, very cheap, low prices, just look for them. There's tons of really good brands out there. I think the top brand right now is a Motorola Longboard, I think it's called. The DOCSIS 3 modem works with almost every major ISP out there, and they're very simple to set up. All you have to do is call their activations line, because you have to activate your box, and you basically tell them, hi, I bought my own modem, this is the model number, this is the serial number, this is the MAC address, and they flash it over the cable and make it compatible with, well, not make it compatible, but load their own boot firmware onto it so it recognizes it if you're on Comcast, if you're on Time Warner, stuff like that. It's much better than renting a modem, and I would truly, truly encourage you, if you do rent a modem, to give it back and get your own. It'll be much cheaper in the long run. All right, I've got no hardware for today, but let's move on to our question of the day. It's very simple, very straightforward. Could be a one-word answer. So here you go. Android or iPhone? Let the comments ensue and tell me which one is better in the comments down below. Start an argument, start a conversation, just be civil. Let us know in the comment section down below. I'm going to refrain from answering this question because really I like both. They both have their ups, they both have their downs, and I don't want to pick one, but you can pick one yourself. Let us know in the comment section down below. But without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe onto this video. Follow us on our social media profiles, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all under the username of LogicLounge. Before we go, let me also ask you to subscribe to our new gaming channel, youtube.com/LogicLoungeGaming. The address is right over my shoulder. If you forget how to spell Logic, Lounge, or Gaming, well, it's right there. Just copy it. There'll also be a link in the description down below for you to subscribe as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Craig Miller, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.